Talk about something many people feel, but don't always know how to explain. What happens when you've been through too much? Sometimes it doesn't look dramatic and sometimes it does. It can look like someone sitting down at the edge of a bed or on the floor of a bathroom or in the back of a bus staring out the window like their body is present, but something inside of them has quietly stepped away for a moment because something in them has been holding too much for too long. And if you've ever experienced that kind of collapse, then you know it doesn't always break loudly. Sometimes it folds in on itself. Like your mind is whispering, I can't carry all of this at the same time. A lot of people who have been through too much don't even realize how much it changed them until someone points it out. Like someone might ask, why are you so calm all the time? But what they're calling calmness might not actually be calm or peace. Sometimes it's actually numbness or exhaustion, or just what happens when your emotions have been running on emergency power for way too long. To some people, you may seem mature, wise, thoughtful, and patient, like the one who always knows just what to say. But sometimes that maturity didn't come from being guided gently through life. Sometimes it came from being forced to adapt too early. From learning to stay composed in situations that were far too heavy for your age or your body or your heart. Psychology has a few ways of explaining this. When someone lives through repeated stress, emotional instability, or prolonged overwhelm, the nervous system starts adapting. It becomes more alert, more watchful, more prepared for what could go wrong. This can show up as ruminating or overthinking or scanning people's tone of voice, preparing for problems before they happen, feeling uneasy when things are going too well, or sensing tension in a room before anyone says a word. People may call this intuition, and it kind of is, but often it's also pattern recognition, learned through survival. Your mind learned that uncertainty could be dangerous, so it started building defenses. You didn't ask it to. It was just trying to protect you. And even when life gets safer, these old defenses don't always disappear right away. They linger, like old architecture hidden underneath a renovated building. That's why people who have gone through too much often carry traits others misunderstand. They may seem independent, but underneath it, that independence might be a fear of relying on people who could disappear. They might seem quiet, but inside they may be thinking 1,000 things at once. They may seem strong, but strength for them may have started as survival. And sometimes they become the person everyone leans on. The one who notices when someone's I'm fine doesn't really mean they're fine. The one that can sense tension, sadness, or discomfort before anyone else mentions it. The one who knows how to comfort others because they know what pain feels like firsthand. And that kind of empathy is powerful, but it can also be exhausting. Many people who have been through too much become very good at carrying other people's feelings while quietly struggling to name their own. They know how to hold space, but they don't always know how to ask for it. They know how to listen, but they may not know how to say, actually, I'm not okay. And that's one of the loneliest parts. You become the person who seems emotionally strong enough to help everyone else while feeling unsure whether anyone would understand the full weight of what you carry. This can also affect relationships. When you've been hurt, overwhelmed, or emotionally stretched too many times, too many ways, vulnerability can start to feel risky. It's definitely not that you don't want closeness, but closeness has sometimes come with pain, unpredictability, disappointment, or danger. So you may open up slowly, apologize too quickly, stay quiet about your needs, try not to be a burden, or feel yourself bracing for something to go wrong even in moments that are supposed to feel safe. Your mind is always trying to help you survive in the best way that it can. You're not broken. But so many people walk around believing that their reactions are flaws, that they're too sensitive, too guarded, too tired, too complicated. Most often, these are not character defects. They're just adaptations. They are the emotional reflexes of someone who had to grow around pain. And strangely, there can be something deeply beautiful in that too. People who have gone through too much often notice small kindnesses that others overlook. They appreciate gentleness, They value emotional sincerity. They understand pain without needing every detail explained. They become careful with people's hearts because they know what it feels like when someone is careless with theirs. They may not always realize it, but they often become a source of comfort for others. Sometimes they're like a lighthouse because they understand darkness in a way that makes them gentle with other people who are lost in it. But still, even the strongest, kindest, most resilient people need care too. And one of the hardest truths for people who have been through too much is that you don't have to earn rest by breaking, and you don't have to keep proving how strong you are. And healing doesn't mean becoming unaffected. Sometimes healing looks like learning the difference between danger and discomfort, learning how to name your needs without guilt, learning that peace can feel unfamiliar at first, but it can still be safe, learning that being supported is not the same as being weak. If you've been through too much, it makes sense that your mind has adapted, and it makes sense that you have become watchful and careful, that you became deep and thoughtful, and maybe also tired in ways that other people don't always see. And that's not the end of your story. Adaptation is not the same thing as destiny. What helped you survive doesn't have to define every chapter of your future. You can learn new patterns, new boundaries, new ways of resting, and new ways of trusting, new ways of caring for yourself with the same tenderness you give to others. And maybe most importantly, you can build a life that feels gentler than the one that shaped you. If this video resonated with you, we'd also love for you to take our quiz, How Are You? It's a small way to check in with yourself and understand your current emotional baseline and see where you stand right now. You can even come back to it each month to reflect on how you're doing, notice what's changing, and explore little things you can do to support your well-being over time. Healing doesn't usually begin with one huge breakthrough. Usually it starts with just noticing.